Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here today with Lieutenant Colonel Snow, who's the CTO at Afworks at the Air Force. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. I'm just super excited to be here. So many interesting things happening in the technology space today, and the topic around advancing humanity is something that I'm passionate about. So I'm just delighted to share some of the things we've been working on.
Well, we know that you're on the road, and so I'd love for you to dive in and share with us some of the latest, greatest cutting edge technology that you've been using to serve our country.
Oh, thanks for asking. So a little bit about Afworks. We were set up as an innovation arm for the United States Air Force, but we work across different spaces. So any of the services can come in and partner with us on cross-cutting collaborative solutions that benefit not just the US government and the military, but also whole of society. Many people don't realize that with the military, 80% of the work that we do up front is all about not having to go to war to begin with. And a lot of the technologies that spin out of this drive those positive changes for society writ large. One of the efforts we had this year that I'm really proud of was called Base of the Future. Base of the Future was built after we lost Tyndall Air Force Base in a hurricane, a Category 5 hurricane. Majority of the infrastructure, about 40% of the infrastructure was lost. Majority of the buildings were lost. Thankfully, everybody was safely evacuated and we didn't have any injuries or any deaths, but the base was gone. So as we started to look at rebuilding, we thought, let's not just rebuild it, let's build it better. And then in doing that, what kinds of technologies coming out of those efforts could really be leveraged to benefit a lot of our work overseas as well as stateside. One of the first companies we started teaming with, actually there were several that came in, they are 3D printing houses. The reason I'm so excited about this is it's not just 3D printing homes, it's 3D printing facilities. And this means you can use local materials, so the soil where you're at, they have soil scientists that will come in and register that. At the same time, you're building these homes or you're building these facilities. They're environmentally sound and smart. They will withstand hurricane force winds. You can structure them in all kinds of really innovative designs to enhance their efficiency, to scale the footprint appropriately, and they're super affordable. They built, one company that we worked with built 250 home communities in Mexico in just about a month. And it was amazing because these homes now will withstand floods, will withstand hurricane force winds, and people have beautiful homes that they and their family can move into. When we look at places like Puerto Rico that have been dealing with a lot of the devastation from different storms coming through time and time again, and people have lost their homes and there's a lot of poverty there, for the first time, we can give them a home that will keep them safe in the storm, will give them a place to be permanently, and to grow their families. And having that safe place to start with is the foundation for everything else that follows. Other areas that we looked at were augmented reality and virtual reality solutions. And in this case, it's not just for training, it's to be able to empathize and experience what others are living through. So there's a company that we talked to in this space that has been dealing with underrepresented narratives. And this is something that was really beautiful to me. Not having experienced certain types of discrimination, I didn't know what that felt like to walk into a room and to not be seen because of the color of your skin. That was shocking. They have a program that allows you to step into somebody else's world that is experiencing that so you can empathize and you can feel what that feels like. That was powerful. That puts everything into perspective and helps you to understand, wow, somebody that I work with feels like this. So with General Brown in place now, we're taking diversity very seriously and really making some big strides. Another team that we've worked with is called Bias Inc. Michelle Ruiz and her team, and we've been talking with them most recently. I'm super excited about what they're doing around bias. In this particular case, they provide you a tool to identify your individual bias and then identify organizational bias and give you the solutions, the tools that you need to overcome your own bias It's not subjective, it's not judgmental. It's teaching us how to be our best selves. And that's something else that we're really excited about exploring more of.
What's some advice that you have for people who are women and minorities that are in technology, that are in government, perhaps from your personal perspective? And tell me, right now, you're exactly right. This is top of mind, anything D&I. So I'm glad that you brought up some of the programs that you're using and how you're leveraging technology in that regard.
Yeah.
I would love to, of course, learn more about that. I'm sure that Silicon Harlem would love to be one of your open house locations.
That would be fantastic. Yes.
I didn't hear you say New York, so hopefully we can think about that later.
Yeah.
But in
That would be amazing.
wouldn't that be great? And they already
Yes.
have, they already have the infrastructure here for you. So I can see that partnership coming down.
I love it. I love it. Yes, we should definitely talk about that.
Yeah, I'm sure that that Clayton and Bruce would be more than happy to. So in closing, I know that your time is limited. Please just give us a few nuggets on how you've been able to rise to such an incredible leadership position in the government, in the world, globally. I know I can imagine how rewarding this is, and just and let us know really what inspires you from day to day, because I think that you're a role model and an inspiration to so many, and we can definitely use some advice while we have you here for a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Rhonda. I've been really fortunate. My time in the Air Force has been fantastic. I've got 18 years in, and one of the biggest lessons I learned was